We wrap up our tour of Photoshop CS2 with a look at ways to customize and automate your image editing experience. Make this Photoshop your Photoshop with custom menus, which you can then save with your keyboard shortcuts and palette locations as a one-click workspace. Take advantage of new tools that make quick work of healing and red-eye correction. And finally, process multiple camera raw images simultaneously, even while you continue to work in Photoshop. Let's take a look. Photoshop CS2 also offers a couple of highly automated tools that save you no end of time. Notice over here the healing brush is changed to the spot healing brush by default. So it looks like a bandage, just like before, but with a little bit of marquee around it here, indicating that this is a tool that works without having to set a source point. Watch this. If I just get this tool, no need to Alt-click or Option-click on the Mac. And in fact, if you do, then Photoshop is going to warn you that you don't need to do this. All right, so I'm just going to click Continue here. Instead, what you do is you just start painting. Now, let's say, for example, that I want to get rid of this guy over here on the left-hand side of the image. I like the guy on the right, but I want him painting the field by himself. Well, I'm just going to start painting this guy on his head, and I'll just paint all around him. And just like that, he's gone. That's all it took. I didn't have to decide what portion of the image to clone from. It just did it automatically. Now, it's not always going to work that seamlessly, but when it does, it's a beautiful thing. Now, to see the other great automation tool at work here, I'm going to switch to this image of this little girl with this incredible red eye. Just looks awesome here. And we're going to eliminate that using not the color replacement tool as we would have in Photoshop CS1, but rather the new red eye tool inside Photoshop CS2. And check this out. This is why this is so much easier. I'll go ahead and zoom in here so that we can see her eyes a little more clearly. In order to get rid of this red eye, I could click inside the pupil, but I don't even have to be that specific. I can click outside the pupil, and Photoshop is still smart enough to locate the nearest circular red item and get rid of it and make it black. Now, if you want to be a little more precise in your modifications, then you can go ahead and drag around an area to say, this is the pupil that I want to replace, and the red eye tool will get rid of that red eye just like that.